everyone, it is me. I am back with another video, and today I bring you Inktober week 1. Woo! So you're probably thinking, but Alien in a Box, you told us all that you weren't gonna do Inktober, and you'd be right. I had zero plans to do Inktober this year, but then, literally the last minute, I saw this person on Instagram and YouTube. I don't know how to pronounce their name, but I'll link them in the bio. It's Taya? I don't know. If you don't watch their YouTube videos, go watch them. They're really good and I love them and I go insane every time they upload. But anyway, that's not what this is about. Well, it kind of is, but it isn't. They released a prompt list and I fell in love. I fell in love with it. It's for every 2 days instead of every day, so that appealed to me a lot. But the actual prompts were so good. I was like, whoa. I felt inspired by every single one of the prompts that they had. Unlike the official Inktober prompt list, like, can we take a second? I feel like, this may sound controversial, but I feel like the official Inktober prompt list this year just sounds like they took things from old prompt lists and put them into one. They didn't even choose very good words. Like, I think there was like 2 prompts out of the official list that I was like, yeah, maybe I can do something with that, but the rest I was like, these are boring as hell. So yeah, I was dead set on not doing Inktober, but then I saw this prompt list by Taya and I was like, I'm in. I am in. Another thing that probably needs to be addressed, as you can see in the background, we've got a digital speed paint. And you're probably thinking, Alien in a Box, it's called Inktober. And you would be right, but I already threw the official prompt list out the window, so I was like, what the hell, I'm gonna do digital art because I want to improve on my digital art anyway, so why not? So in the background here, we've got a character that you haven't seen on the channel yet. Their name is Jules. They also go by Julie or Julian, depending on how they feel. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know this already, but they are, oh my god, y'all, they are the adopted child of Archie and Monty. Not right now, but like 10 years in the future, because right now they're too irresponsible to take care of themselves, so they wouldn't introduce a child into that. But it doesn't matter. In the future they have a child and this is that child and they're adorable and I can't stop drawing them. So for the first prompt, which was Autumn Harvest, I wanted to draw little Julie carrying a giant pumpkin because it's adorable, okay? So yeah, if you haven't already realized, I'm obsessed with Jules and I just can't stop drawing them. I love them so much. Like, the thing is, in real life, I hate children so much. Like, okay, so I don't hate children, that's like a really strong word, but you know what I mean. Children can be really annoying, especially when you're like a young adult like myself. You just don't want anything to do with them. But when I draw Julie, I just get in like the parenting mindset and I'm like, I just love kids so much, and then I stop drawing them and I'm like, I hate kids so much. To be honest, it probably stems from me being like the youngest in my family. Like, all my cousins and my brother and like everyone, they're all older than me, so I was just never around kids growing up. And then, well, obviously I was around kids my age, but like I was never really around younger kids. And then you get to like school and you're like, ew, other kids. Anyway, this is not what I planned to talk about during this video. I never really have a plan for what I'm going to say during videos. I just ramble on, and I hope that that is entertaining for y'all because I have nothing better to say. If I had something to say, I would script it, and I just don't. So yeah, suppose I should talk about the actual drawing. One of my favorite things to draw is Julie's little flicky hair. It's so cute how it just flicks up and it's adorable. Oh my god. Anyway, so this drawing took me a hot minute. It took the usual amount of time that it takes me to do a digital drawing, but a thing that I noticed throughout doing this, I've done like 4 or 5 so far. By the time this video comes out, I've probably done like 6, but I'm noticing that I'm getting quicker at digital art, and that was kind of the aim, the thing that I was going for when I took on this challenge and decided to do it digitally. A truck just decided to go by while I was recording. How rude. I hope you don't hear that. But I had a lot of fun with this drawing. It was the first one. It was a lot of fun. I was very inspired by the prompt. And so far, I've had a pretty decent time with all the prompts. I think there's only been like 1 or 2 that I've struggled with, and it's not because of the prompt. It's more because I just was having one of those days where you try to draw and it's just not working. But so far, so good. Also, if you want to see any of these Inktober drawings as prints, let me know in the comments down below, because I can do that now. I couldn't do that before, but I can do that now, and I'm really excited about putting things on my shop. So here we have the final product. There we go, looking gorgeous, and then on to the next one. So this one I started off with a sketch that I did in my sketchbook, and that's like I've noticed it's a good method for me because I'm quicker at sketching traditionally, and then if I can just outline it digitally, then it makes the process a lot quicker. So I've done that for a couple of them, not all of them, but a couple of them so far. And yeah, it's a method that I really like. So here we have Amelia, and this prompt was, what was this prompt? This prompt was an outfit for a favorite character, and I went with Amelia, obviously, but in my sketchbook, I did like a whole heap of sketches of different characters in different outfits. I think I did one of Adair and one of Johan, because when you have 50 odd characters, sometimes it's difficult to pick which character you're gonna draw. I also considered drawing Felix, but I couldn't really be bothered. So I ended up going with Amelia and putting him in an outfit that I saw on Pinterest that I've been wanting to draw for ages. And it just has like those autumny colors, even though it's spring in Australia. I think I managed to put like autumny colors in the clothing and then springness in the background, as you'll see later. And this one went so quickly. Like, I was surprised at how quickly I got this done, and it made me happy. I'm trying to find a word and I can't think of the word. It motivated me. Motivation, that's the one. Motivation. It motivated me because I got it done so quickly. I was like, oh, I didn't know I was able to do a full illustration that quick. And yeah, I just got really excited over it. I started doing the prompts in advance because they're meant to be every 2 days. And I think I did all of these ones day after day after day. But I found that the same thing that happened last year started happening again. I started getting a sore wrist, and then that starts like impacting my drawing because obviously it hurts to draw. It's fine at the moment, but I'm like really wary of it because I don't want to mess it up again, because last year, oh my god, I was in the middle of exams and I was doing Inktober. I don't know how I did it. My wrist was gone. I don't know why I still have a functioning hand, because what possessed me to do Inktober last year? I don't know. I don't understand. Past me, what are you doing? This year I have more time, but I'm doing less work, and I'm not even mad about it because Inktober shouldn't hurt you. If Inktober is hurting you, stop. Just stop. So I'm taking my own advice this year. Obviously I'm still doing Inktober, but I'm trying not to get too overexcited and do prompts in advance because I'd rather give myself a day to just let my wrist rest for a hot minute, because digital art like is different to just sketching every day, because obviously you're doing like the way I'm doing it, I'm doing a full illustration, so it's a bit more taxing on your wrist. than doing like sketches every day. So yeah, I'm trying to just pace myself a little bit. And here we go, we can see the gorgeous Emilio in all his glory. I really want to make this one a print, even though it didn't do so well on Instagram. I love it. And then here we have day 5, which was Beachcombing treasure haul. So I wanted this as an excuse to just draw my favorite characters all at the beach together, having fun, because I haven't drawn like a beachy scene like this for so long. You can probably tell because it's like, I don't know, I still draw the beach the same way I did when I was in like primary school, but that's okay. I like the way it turned out. I did struggle a little bit. This one took me a lot longer than the last one. I think this one I did start in like the day before the actual day that I posted it. What am I saying? I started it a little bit in advance and it took me all the way up until the actual day to finish it, which was like 2.5 days. I don't know. But it was worth it in the end, maybe? I don't know. There's something about it that I don't like, but I'm not mad about it because I like it. I don't know. This one's a weird one. I also had to sketch over the top of the thumbnail that I did in my sketchbook because it just like, it was a thumbnail. The other sketch from the Emilio drawing was like good enough to me to be able to work with it and just line straight over it. But this one was more like a thumbnail and I had to sketch twice over the top of it before I felt confident enough to outline it. But yeah, I'm happy that I did that because it turned out a lot better than it could have. And here we have a dare, looking adorable. I love drawing him so much, y'all. I need to draw him more often. I already draw him 24/7, but I'm like, I need to draw him more. Gah. Talking for like however long I've been talking for hurts. I don't know how people narrate like speed paints every week because my throat hurts so much. I have my green tea. I've already had one green tea. I'm on to another one because it's like the only thing that's getting me through this. I also, like, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm starting to run out of things to talk about because this video goes for too long. But I felt like if I sped it up anymore, it just looked weird. Like I tried to speed this one up more, but it just was too fast and you kind of like, it didn't spend enough time on each part to actually see what was going on. So even this is a little too fast in places, but I wasn't gonna slow it down anymore because this video goes on for like 3 hours and I knew that I was gonna want to talk all the way through it. So, because, oh my god, I cannot stand speed paints with no talking in them. Like, speed paints in general are bad enough. I feel kind of lazy when I make a speed paint because they're not as hard to make, or like they don't require as much effort as other types of videos, especially this kind of speed paint because it's digital. I don't even have to get my camera out or anything. I just have to press a button at the top of my screen and then it records the whole lot for me. So I feel kind of lazy when I make a speed paint. But if I click on a speed paint and I hear music, I'm fine. But if someone does not start talking in the first 10 seconds of that video, I will click off. I cannot stand speed paints with music because I'm like, just say something. Like, I don't even care what the person's talking about. I don't care how boring it is. As long as they're talking, I'm okay because I can just draw and listen to what they have to say. And I'm like, yeah, this is chill. I don't know why I suddenly went on a rant about it, but that's just how it be. Also, if you have any recommendations for YouTube channels that make like really long talkative studio vlogs or speed paints or anything like that, let me know because I watch YouTube 24/7. I don't watch TV, I'm just on YouTube and I watch video after video after video because I like to draw and listen along, and I'm just watching YouTube from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, it's probably considered an issue, but I'm running out of things to watch. Like, I have my favorite YouTubers, obviously, but I've seen all of their stuff. Like, I recently rewatched every single video Doodle Date have ever released, and then I rewatched all of BuzzFeed Unsolved, and I'm in the process of rewatching all of Good Mythical Morning. So that's where I'm at, because no one's posting anything, and in a way I feel bad because I'm not posting anything either. Like, I can't talk. But I think it's less about people posting things and more about me having an issue because I watch too much YouTube and I've just seen everything. I also, when I run out of things to watch on YouTube, I go to Netflix, and I watched every single episode of Forensic Files, y'all. There is like 9 collections, and each collection has like 45 episodes, and I just watched it all. And I was like under the impression that I would never run out of episodes, and then I ran out of episodes, and I was like, what now? I also freaking love Catnip Studios. Catnip Illustrations. I don't know which one it is. Catnip. If you know who she is, you know who she is. She's amazing. I love watching her videos. And recently she was like, oh, maybe my studio vlogs are getting too long because they were getting around the 40-minute mark. And I was like, no, make them longer. I freaking love her studio vlogs so much. And yeah, I just want more. Please, Catnip, if you're watching, I know you're not, but please. And then that brings us full circle, because now I'm thinking about Taya's studio vlogs, which I can't get enough of, because I feel like I'm pretty sure they're a monthly studio vlog, but like, it just feels like they don't post as often, and every time I watch their studio vlogs, I'm like, I need another one, but I have to wait like a whole month. But I want another one, because their whole aesthetic is just gorgeous. It's like got yellow. It's got like a specific warm yellow that is my favorite kind of yellow. And yeah, I didn't think that I'd be talking about the color yellow. This is where this video has ended up. This is what happens when you leave me in the house alone with a microphone to just ramble on for half an hour. Like, at this point, I kind of forgot that there's a drawing happening in the background. I looked away for 10 seconds and now it's like nearly done. I'm up to the shading. Shading is usually pretty quick. I feel like blocking in the base colors always feels like it takes 9 hours, and then when I get to the shading, suddenly it all starts coming together and I'm like, yes, finally, I can see the end. Especially with this drawing, because it just took so long and it wasn't looking great until the end. Especially like all the shelves and things, I was struggling with the colors, but yeah. And I don't know if you just saw, I was adding all the little details, like the little freckles and the arm hairs and all that jazz. And we ended up with this, and I love it. And there's a lobster man sitting in the sun. He should get some sunscreen. But now we have to move on to Rusty. So for this one, the prompt was retro, and I thought about just drawing like a Polaroid camera or an old phone or something, but I was more in the mood to draw a character, and who out of all my characters is more retro than Rusty, old mate Russell. He is the most retro thing I've ever seen in my life. Even in the year of our Lord 2019, he is still a retro baby, and I love him. And the cat was moving around and making sounds, and I didn't know what it was. I thought I was about to die, but we're okay. So this was another one where I took a sketch out of my sketchbook and I just lined straight over the top of it, and there are some areas where I feel like the hand right here, I had to fix it, and there was a couple of other things I probably should have fixed, like his legs look a bit funky in the end, but it's okay. We deal with it. his eyes are up there. You're not even looking at his legs, so it's fine. And I think the thing that I struggled with most out of this one was thinking of posters to put in the background. It's all well and good to be like, yeah, he's gonna have a wall full of posters. It's gonna look super retro and great. But then I got to that point and I was like, what posters are we gonna put in the background? And I kept typing up like retro posters, but they kept coming up with like posters currently made to look retro, and I was like, no, I want actual posters from the 70s. So I ended up going with the Aladdin Sane album cover and the London Calling album cover, and then just like some 70s looking sun, rainbow, cloud things in the background. And yeah, I need to like think of better posters in the future, I think. But I do like the way that these ones came out. And I freaking love my color choices in here. Sometimes I struggle with choosing colors, especially because I don't do, like, most of the time I go into an illustration and I have no clue what the colors are going to look like until I'm doing them. And I know you should thumbnail, and I know that you should like do color test things, but the thing I love about digital art is if you're not happy with a color, you can change it. You can do it traditionally too, but sometimes it's a bit harder. With this, you just have the color, you slide a little slider thing and it changes the color, and you're like, yeah, that's the one I was after. So yeah, in the end, it's all well and good, and I love it. I feel like ever since I got my iPad, I don't really do traditional illustrations anymore. Like, in my last video, I'm pretty sure that was my sketchbook tour, you would have seen like more finished illustrations in my sketchbook, but now it's sketchier stuff, and I'm not even mad because I love that I can just pick up my sketchbook and I'm not afraid to mess up a page anymore. I used to be really particular about how my pages looked and I wanted to make them look stunning on every page, but now I'm like, just whack a sketch down, yeah, that looks good, color it in really shoddily with pencil, and I don't even care, and I love it, and it's cool, and I kind of miss doing traditional illustrations, but the thing is, I'm getting kind of lazy when it comes to like mixing colors, because it takes a while to like mix a color. I'm like, I can't be bothered when digitally I can just pick the color and it's there. I'm like becoming a super lazy artist, I'm sorry. I think part of it though is because in my sketchbook, like I've mentioned in the past, because it's handmade paper, it doesn't take well to a lot of mediums. So even though it takes gouache okay, it's still a bit of a battle to actually get it on the page. But if I was using like proper watercolor paper, it would just glide on. So maybe I should get some watercolor paper and start doing some more traditional art. But I don't like wasting paper, like especially if it's expensive, because I'm broke, y'all. I don't even want to talk about this, but I'm broke. But anyway, so yeah, I don't like to waste paper, so I feel like digital art is just doing me good so far. Plus, I've had some issues getting my traditional art printed. I'm not gonna name any names, but like the local printer that I went to did me dirty when they scanned and printed my artwork. Like, oh my lord, I don't even want to talk about it. But I recently went to another local printer and I showed him the monstrosity that I paid for getting my other traditional art printed, and he was like, no, this is not acceptable, we can do much better than this. So he took one of my originals and he sent it off to his designer to like scan and edit it for print. So hopefully, I haven't heard back yet because that only happened like yesterday or the day before, but hopefully I'll get it back and I'll be happy with it. Then I will feel more comfortable making traditional art to turn into prints to sell, because that is what I would like to do. I'm having a lot of fun with my online store, and oh my god, online store, I want to talk about it for a hot minute. I have some new products up there. I will link my store below because I have new products and they're like handmade little badge things out of polymer clay, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So you should check them out if you're interested. But oh my god, we're running out of time. What happened? Where did the time go? So that is it for today's video. Thank you for listening to my ramblings, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!